Greetings, Gemini. That's on me. That's on me, I know. Mac Miller, that's on me. That's on me. It's all my fault. Okay, Gemini, someone is feeling some guilt here. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or any of these aspects in Vedic sidereal. Okay, so definitely some of my Geminis are feeling some sort of guilt. Could be something from like the deep past, could be something that you've carried with you, Gemini, for a long time, and it is kind of like this accumulation now that you're at this point crossing into adulthood, or you're at this crossroads in life, or you're having this realization in life where there is just I know nobody that knows where we're going at all. Star in reverse. Some of my Geminis feel like they missed out on a chance, or they're like not wanting to give something another chance. Five of Wands. Yeah, you're like fighting for yourself here, Gemini. This is someone that's like really fighting for themselves. You're fighting yourself in the process, because when we're fighting for ourselves, we are actually fighting ourselves for ourselves, which is an interesting thing. There's just an energy of being really hard on yourself. What I'm seeing here, Gemini, is it's all about just being more vulnerable and really honing into your inner child and letting your inner child come out more. So the more that you allow your inner child to come out and express and speak maturely, like okay, this is the thing. I'm seeing some of my Geminis are like they think that they're handling the situation. This could be your cross watcher, you or the person you're dealing with. Remember, energies can be fluid. For some of my Geminis, it's like, you rationalize and you tell yourself that you're handling the situation in a mature adult way because you're being stoic, and you're like, well, I'm handling this intellectually, I am being mental about it, I am being an air sign, these are the facts, and we look at the facts and we draw the map and da-da-da, and 1 + 1 = 2 sort of thing. But internally your inner child is like, wah, and is like wailing on your heart, but you're like pushing that down. You're like, no, we have to, straighten up the jacket, kind of doing this sort of thing, Gemini. And it's catching up to you, or it's catching up to the other person. And really what's needed here is some deep vulnerability. Vulnerability is what the situation is asking for, Gemini. So someone needs to be more vulnerable here. Ooh, okay, as I say. 2 of Cups, Gemini. 2 of Cups, vulnerable, yes. Because even if this 2 of Cups isn't a soulmate, isn't a love relationship, people can't get close to you because there's a level of closeness that you're not allowing yourself to reach within yourself. 8 of Swords, you don't want to see it. Oh my gosh, Gemini. You also could be avoiding, like the universe, what's at the bottom here? 8 of Cups in reverse. So 8 of Cups is walking away, being alone but not lonely. But in reverse, it's like, I walked away, I empowered myself, I up-leveled, I did this and that, I am healing my codependency, this, that, and the other, and now that person or you are healthy to actually manifest being in this partnership. And the partnership is here, Gemini. 2 of Cups, someone is offering you love, or you want to offer someone love, or someone is offering you love, but someone is all up in their head about it. They're saying, I have to work. Okay, you guys, if you are still in the scarcity mindset, thinking that you have to have your job a certain way before you can have love, or you have to work on certain things at a certain time, that is all scarcity limiting belief. Source wanted us and designed us to have all of it, to have the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle. That's why there are people out there that are having the job of their dreams, that are power couples, that are doing the damn thing and not have everything going. And they're doing it because they're led by their passion, and they allow their heart to pour over that energy. If something is exhausting you, Gemini, that means your heart isn't in it. You're not feeling it from your heart. You're feeling it from a place of fear and need and being stuck in this earth realm. Ugh, really? Everything that keeps me together is falling apart. 3rd planet, Modest Mouse. I've got this thing that I consider my only art is fucking people over. Okay, Gemini, someone is definitely, with the 8 of Swords and 2 of Cups, I feel like some of my Geminis are definitely realizing that they keep people kind of in this, like, hookup girl or hookup boy, like, field, like they just don't, subconsciously. Queen of Swords, you're thinking about Queen of Swords. Or this could be you, but I do feel like some of you guys, someone gave you like an ultimatum, you don't want to deal with it, and it has to deal with like a relationship. Like someone gave you some really blunt information, they would just like said it, like you're thinking about what this person said. I'm really feeling this energy as someone else. I'm really not feeling that it's my Geminis. if it is my Geminis, it's that subconsciously you know the truth, but consciously on this level you're avoiding the truth, but your energy is like the universe is sending this love your way anyway. So like even, and I'm feeling this is someone you already know or have been in cahoots with, but even you have told yourself before, like, you're not going back to this person, you're not stepping into this union, whatever, like you're choosing. Someone is like putting, I don't know, they're just putting the blindfold on, but like it's because this person is so blunt and outright. Like this person is so calm. They're just like, hey, I care about you, this, that, and the other. I want a relationship. These are my boundaries, this, that, and the other. And some of my Geminis are just like, wait, what? I don't want to deal with this right now. It's like, I have to deal with work. I have to deal with all these other things. Or it's like, someone in the partnership is being really clear and concise, and that's intimidating the other person. Whether they'll admit that it's intimidating or not, they could just say it's turning them off or something, but internally they do have like a pull to this person. So subconsciously, I do like that the Queen of Swords is upright. So she's just being, okay, this came out sideways. Page of Swords, sideways. Okay, so for some of my Geminis, you don't feel good enough. You don't feel like you have secured your place as a man or as a woman enough to really be deserving of this Two of Cups. Gemini, this Two of Cups is within you, first and foremost, always. Anything that we manifest, when we manifest a relationship outwardly, it's only because we have arrived at a place internally where we are balancing. Twos are all about balancing and choices. Choices are commitments. When we choose things and we make commitments and we're no longer in the gray area, well, I don't know, maybe something along will come better, maybe this and that. When you choose your craft, when you choose what you're going to master, you choose that. When a pianist decides that they're going to be a pianist, they don't love playing the piano all the hours every day. I mean, they might for years, but there are going to be years of playing the piano that they despise practicing for 4 hours a day, but they're only a master at the piano and they're a master at their art because they practice for 4 hours a day. That's how love is, and that's how love is with yourself. So Gemini, yes, absolutely, you have to come into that space of loving yourself even on the hard days and choosing yourself and choosing the actions that are going to push your life forward in a positive way rather than choosing to put the wool up, blindfold yourself, and choose, self-limiting beliefs, choosing fear-based tactics, choosing the bottle, choosing smoking, choosing whatever your vices are, overeating, overdrinking, just self-loathing and apathy, not reaching out, isolation, not talking, not communicating well, all in your head, self-sabotaging behavior, all of this, that's the Eight of Swords. That's what's up against here with the Two of Cups. Now, again, with the page, some of you guys don't feel good enough, and it's because you're in this energy of this self-sabotage energy. We do have the full moon behind her, so I am feeling that some of you guys are going to be receiving information around the full moon for sure, which is coming up just around the corner here. You guys, now I have Billie Eilish, my boy. My boy's being, he's shady enough, but now he's just a shadow. My boy loves his friends like I love my split ends, and by that I mean he cuts them off. Woo! Don't love me like he promised. My boy, he ain't a man and sure as hell ain't honest. Woo! Okay, Gemini, someone is salty here. I also just have to point out, we have 3 cards of swords, which is really showing here that someone is way too in their head. This is someone that if you were to put them like in one of those aura readers or energy reading things, they would show up. It shows like your balance of body, mind, and spirit, or like, yeah, it shows your energy, your body, mind, and spirit. This is someone that would be like 98% mind, 1% spirit, 1% body. Or, like maybe like 10% body, but I don't know. It's someone who's very mental. This is a very mental person. And with the Page of Swords crowning you, it says that you're thinking about offering this offer, someone is spying, but the Eight of Swords, they're not communicating on it because something is intimidating, but your subconscious knows the truth, or your subconscious is so clear that you don't want to reveal consciously what your subconscious is because it would change your life and it would bring in this Two of Cups. It would change your life so much. It would cause like a tower moment of change in your life if you were to let yourself see the reality of the situation, Gemini, which, is a part of, as we have the Magician popping out here. You guys could be dealing with a Scorpio or an Aries. This is total difference though. So I like the Magician. Gemini, someone is showing you just how smart they really are. with the Queen of Swords and the Magician, like someone is really, this is someone who's like, I know the Queen of Wands is generally, you know, the practitioner, the White Witch, so to speak, the woo-woo of the queens, but the Queen of Swords in here, because she has the light above her third eye, above her crown, it's really above her crown, but it is connected to her third eye, she is able to see and pull in energy from above. She's able to pull in and see, like pull in from the cosmos, from Orlog, from words, speaking of runes here. And the Magician is kind of, you know, like the masculine version of embodying that. Now he has all of these symbols, and there are pentacles around this. He's working on many things. So some of you guys could just have many fuels in the fire, many pans in the fire. Many pans on the fire, Gemini. That's what I'm getting. And you could, again, you just feel overwhelmed. So Gemini, if you look at like celebrities' lives, or anyone who's just really well known in the world for a passion for doing something, look at all of the other things they do. Ooh, we have the Page of Pentacles in your future. So someone is definitely going to be making an offer, or someone already made an offer and you're thinking about it, but you're not speaking on it. You kind of left them on red, or they left you on red. Someone is like totally leaving someone in limbo here because they don't want to make a commitment. You are the Three of Wands, so you're thinking of moving forward. You're thinking of traveling. This is a long distance card. This is also, I mean, he's looking out into the sunset, or she. The energy is looking out into the sunset. And threes are all about collaboration. Saying, okay, I want to expand. I'm ready to expand. I'm open to expand. Who you are thinking about, your environment, is the Queen of Wands. So again, could be dealing with a fire sign here. There's the practitioner. There she is. Okay, there she is. So she's smart. She's grounded. She has her act together. She can think straight. She's not some woo-woo hippie gypsy, this, that, and the other, who doesn't have an actual intelligence. She's educated. She knows how to get along. In the Matrix world, thank you very much. She can hold her own in an honest debate. She is well-read. She is an intelligent woman. And she also happens to be a practitioner. And Three of Wands. Some of my Geminis are dealing with this person. They're wanting to move towards this person. They are thinking about this person. But at the same time, we have the Page. The Page energy here is like there's a lot of energy of someone just not feeling good enough. Hopes, dreams, and fears. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because upright it's juggling, but also in reverse it can just be a stalemate of like, I cannot make a decision, I don't know. So I feel like this is hopes, dreams, and fears because this Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords is like really trying to get to the truth of something. They're like, Two of Cups, love, this is like they put everything on the table. They put everything on the table, and yet some of my Geminis are like, they're hiding something, or there must be this or that. Okay, you're only thinking that because you're hiding something, or you don't want to, you know, push forward or something here. I don't know, that's for one Gemini. Okay, the outcome, interesting. Interesting. We have Eight of Cups in reverse, which we did see at the beginning there, Gemini. So this is, okay, like I said, Eight of Cups is walking alone, but not being lonely. It's saying, I'm at a point in my spiritual evolution where this relationship is not serving me. I love you and I release you. And then you go on, you grow some, you know, time passes. Now it's in reverse because you go, okay, hi, knock, knock. Remember me. Remember me. Page of Pentacles. Excuse me, ma'am. Queen of Wands. Yes. Traveling. Page of Pentacles, traveling. Three of Wands, traveling to see someone. Communication. Page of Swords, I've been spying on you. Magician, this relationship, this business, whatever has been building. If this is a business relationship, you are going to have to move for this opportunity. It's going to start out small, but it's going to expand. It's going to grow. It has intention behind it. Anything with intention. With the Queen of Wands here and the Magician energy here, this is something that is very spiritually led. This is something that is very much manifest energy. This is very much conscious or subconsciously really magically putting together something of sorts here. And Eight of Cups in reverse says, all right, I'm ready to return to this in a new state. In a new state, I have, you know, I have new tools. I'm ready to expand on this. Five of Wands though. So again, there's going to be some defensive energy. There's going to be some fighting here, perhaps some passionate conversations. But again, I believe that the Five of Wands, Gemini, the best way to really go through this is remember that you control your peace, you control your balance, never let anyone steal your joy, never let anyone pull you off center. The more that you stay centered, then you will realize that you don't have to be defensive, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to show your worth. Like, you don't have to fight for your worth or anything. You just are inherently worthy. And once you allow yourself to show up as someone who is inherently worthy, and you allow yourself to just be in all of your weaknesses and all of your strengths, and you allow that vulnerability. That's what the Two of Cups is all about, balancing the vulnerability, balancing your emotions, balancing total honesty here. When you allow yourself to, this man is just fighting with himself. If you look, it's all, I always say this with this card, it's all just him. It's him just beating up on himself. So this could have been taken out in the relationship. It's like both people were hard on themselves and they took that out on the relationship. Again, in a work situation, it could be learning to have some humble pie, letting yourself be a student more, Gemini, letting yourself take a back seat and stop beating yourself up for something. Let yourself have a spirit of funness. Stop being competitive about something, and whatever it is that you're working on, instead of beating yourself up why you're not as good as this person or why you're not improving at this rate or that rate, can you really just enjoy and honor and love the journey that everyone else in your career is on? Really enjoy that. Really enjoy that, and let yourself come together with these people. Eight of Cups, instead of trying to separate yourself from them, find camaraderie, find a sense of tribe. Seven of Wands in reverse. This is the vulnerability card, especially with everything that has already shown up in this reading, Gemini. This is all about being vulnerable for you. The Seven of Wands upright is like, she's guarding. She's not letting anyone in. Like, look at that. All these wands are like, hey, Gemini, and she's like, no. It's like, this is someone whose heart is closed off. This is someone, they're like, externally, they're like defensive. They're like, nope, not letting it in, because internally they're in the spider web. They're caught in their thoughts. But really deep down, the true purity of their nature is a Two of Cups with a Page of Pentacles, moving forward with this offer of love, with this union of thyself, which is inherently going to pull in a partnership that someone just doesn't feel ready for. But we have the Four of Swords at the bottom, so it's possibly because these people are healing. We do have the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. So again, this energy is brewing. It's starting to grow. I'm hearing April. April might be a month of connection, Gemini, for you with this person. Let's see what the runes have to say. I'm quite curious, Gemini. So this is definitely an interesting energy here. Ooh, okay. We have the Chariot over here. Righto. About that time, chaps. Righto. Did anyone remember it is the end of the world? Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Well, we have Isa in reverse, which I really like this. And then we have the Home. Okay, and we have 5, which is, again, a challenging energy. But we have the 11. Who else got the 11? Taurus or Aries got the 11. You guys could be dealing, or Pisces. It was one of the last 3 readings I did. Also the Isa. So you guys could be dealing with one of them, or you could have that in your chart. But it's in reverse. So someone, ice melts. It was the Pisces reading. Drake, ice melts. Yes, someone's ice is melting here. And that is, the 5 of Wands. It's like, you can't keep fighting with yourself. It's time to surrender and heal. Just heal. Heal. Let yourself heal. All right, let's see what these runes say. Will you stay? Will you stay? By Mac Miller. All right, you guys. Will You Stay from the Divine Feminine album, one of my favorite albums. Okay, so some of you guys might like Mac. I don't know, Easy Mac with cheesy raps. Mac Miller is coming up for you guys. And, with that 3 of Wands with Righto here, it's like someone is going to have a dream, or they're just going to have an intuition. They're going to have a feeling. Act on the feeling, Gemini. I got a feeling that tonight's going to be... Okay. I don't know, that just came through. I got a feeling you guys are going to have a good night coming up. I do feel like it may take until April for something to really finalize here. But Gemini, if you want, there is an offer here. And, we all have free will, Gemini. But you are being pushed and nudged to step out of your defensiveness, to become vulnerable. 7 of Wands in reverse. To stop fighting with yourself. 5 of Wands. Righto, about that time, chaps. Righto. Okay, so this is the Sun Chariot, Thor's War Chariot. So the Sun Chariot, the sun is bringing an enlightening energy. It's warming up. We have spring coming through. Seeing clearly. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. Natural circulation. This is the Sun Wheel, traveling, as I already said. Judgment, writing, movement, dance, cycles, path, rhythm, journey. Dance could be really important for you guys right now. Listening to advice. What did I say? Becoming a student. Having clarity, auspicious moments. In partnership and with relationships. This is about control, order, disorder. the wrong moment, so just as much as it is meeting the right people at the right time. This is about unexpected synchronicities, coincidences to make life easier for you. The journey is indeed the destination, so enjoy the entire journey, but also understand the days where you're just slugging away, just, you know, mopping the floor and cleaning the dishes and just paying the dues, because that is all a part of the path. This is all about seeking counsel, kingship, earning your nobility by merit, so that means earning it, becoming a student. We do have 2 pages here, and the pages are learning. We have the page of learning about mental things and communication and clarity, and we have the page of stability, the page of earth, the page of coins, the page of when you start this correctly, building the honest foundation so something can come into a tangible, honest fruition. Gemini, this is all about the knowledge of right and wrong. So again, that's all about choice and commitment and understanding that you won't be able to have an honest commitment for life with someone until you really commit that way to yourself. And that's what the 2 of Cups is. It's about binding. We see the pearls here are binding around their wrists. They've made that commitment. And the 2 crabs at the bottom there. This is about the deepest personal life journey, failure of language to communicate or express to others clearly. This is how the mind can concoct a story, and that can seep into your inner compass and kind of mess it up. So this is about really being able to separate that and living fully in the present. To live fully in the present is to journey away from your fears and your past experiences that act as too much baggage to travel effectively with. Okay, so Gemini, you need to let go of your past experiences and your fears because it's too much weight, it's too heavy, that baggage is too heavy, it cannot move forward with you, Gemini. The divine is saying, nope, this is about balancing your right versus others' rights. So nobility is earned, understanding that everyone's perspective holds equal weight, and coming to a place of really accepting that, Gemini. This is about following your heart on the deepest level. This is about mastering your circumstances and establishing a creative rhythm to life. This is about having protection when you travel. Again, self-mastery, street smarts, common sense, taking solid action, sound advice from others, the divine ordering you to grow through crisis, injustice, becoming a control freak and having to release that. This is about being a hypocrite, hypocrisy, following your heart, communion with your heart, and really connecting. This is about honoring your divine responsibility, having integrity. This is about relocating or someone else relocating. So definitely there's a long distance situation going on here, Gemini. This is about fluidity, favorable news and changes in situations. This is a natural progression. Put your instincts to work. This is the ideal step into relationship and partnership. This is all about healing depression, rigidity, inactivity. Personal improvement, show more patience, and avoid big decisions when it's in reverse, but it's not in reverse. So this is saying make that big decision, Gemini. And we have 11. Now, ISO is in reverse. She's the primal ice, the primal matter, stagnation, primal steam, reception, meditation, withdraw. So some of my Geminis are coming out of a space, or if you're still in the space, then you are being asked and you're being told that now's the time. It's in reverse. It's go time, baby. Righto. Righto. About that time, chaps. Righto. I'm going to say that like 20 times during this reading. Okay, Gemini. This is about the hidden part of the iceberg, how 90% of it is unseen below the water and you only see the 10% above. So a lot of my Geminis have been in this incubator, this incubation period. Spirit is telling you get out of that incubation period with love, with friendships, with life. Go, live, express yourself, be your Gemini. This is about hardening, destructiveness, spiritual coldness, weakening, relaxation when it's reversed, self-awareness, self-identity, contraction, self-preservation, but in reverse, it's all about, instead of the contraction, the expansion, the outward. This is about accepting the harsh reality. This is about self-control and self-centeredness and honing up to these aspects within yourself as a defense mechanism, as we saw with the 7 of Wands, but it's in reverse, so you are putting your defenses down. Again, Gemini, this is in reverse. So again, ice melts. This is about knowing your shadow self, knowing when you're having ego trips, superficial desires, falling for the mask and the glitter over the trap instead of choosing spiritual substance. Gemini, choose spiritual substance. Gemini, spiritual substance is the only thing that's actually going to feed you long-term and feed a relationship long-term. So again, with the Magician energy and the Queen of Wands, like whoever is wanting you or you're thinking about or is in your environment is a spiritual person. And Gemini, I feel like they're asking you to become more spiritual, but you have a lot of swords in here. You're very like logic-minded. You're like, no, this is how things are. You know, the grass is green, the sky is blue, and 2 + 2 is 4. This is about rest and recharge, integration before the next steps of the journey, and reverse. It's saying you've integrated enough, you're ready. It warns not to get trapped into a routine, and in the reverse, it's saying, all right, step forward, don't hold back. The grounded expansion, it is time. This is about the alder tree, cat's eye, the moon, which we do have a full moon coming up. This is the feminine, contemplation, new hope, a meditative creative force, self-mastery as well, correcting a nervous and impatient temperament, calming the frenzy and wasted energy, and storing the energy within for ritual. So this is about holding the seed, retaining the seed, and strengthening one's willpower and concentration. In reverse, it's releasing that seed. It's expressing. It's sharing the seed, spreading the seed, so to speak. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm killing myself with this Gemini. Okay, lastly, we have, and this is a very joyful card to end on, we have Othala, which is about inherited property. So this is the power of inheritance. Some of my Geminis could very well be inheriting land, possession of a home. You could be doing something, home improvement, again, relocation, contact with your family, so you could be dealing a lot with your family right now. This is about prosperity materially with the family, acquiring a property. This is about being hungry for power, uprooting, and an inability to let go and clinging to nostalgic daydreaming. Okay, so some of my Geminis are holding on to something, that's why you can't let this new thing in, because you're so attached still energetically to something from the past. And Gemini, you're being told here to definitely look into that. This is about learning the codes and embodying the alignment to allow the battery to work. Connect the battery. The weight of your ancestors' virtuous deeds has accumulated. Aha! Okay, this is about identifying your natural talents, tapping into the consciousness of your natural talents, and then in that way, so if you're a fighter, then you're going to tap into like Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee. You're going to tap into their state of consciousness, right, from a spiritual aspect, and you're actually going to channel them. So when you're fighting, you're actually not even fighting with just your energy. You're now fighting with the collective consciousness energy of some of the best fighters in the world. Gemini, that's the magician energy. That's the Queen of Wands energy. That's the energy of what a real power couple, a real dynamic force can do. They can work together in this way. And again, back to the battery thing, because that was a really fun thing that I wrote there. All right, this is about the weight of your ancestors' virtuous deeds has accumulated. It is now time to connect to that battery. So your ancestors have also been working on things for a while. There's like a battery that's rusty that you can like take the rust off, plug into that battery and learn the codes and embody the alignment to allow that battery to turn back online and get all those codes. This is about honoring your ancestors by setting things right. This is about a homecoming to the Savior, a homecoming to Source within, a homecoming within. As we saw with the Two of Cups, you're making the choice to come home within. Eight of Swords, it's not comfortable. You're going to have to look at a lot of things, bring a lot of things into balance. Eights are all about balance. This is about, again, nobility, change, wise management of your resources, both physical and psychic resources. Gemini, this is about creating a sustainable state. This is about understanding that humans as a species have the potential to create a harmonious and peaceful society if we choose in every moment. This is about connecting to the genetic wisdom, being linked to the consciousness of the first humans seeking for something deeper than a simple animal reptilian existence. So this is about really tapping into the spirituality and what's truly possible for society. This is the card of building villages, of building skyscrapers, of expanding, of creating technology, of creating schools, of sharing knowledge, of creating new things and really working together and seeing just, creating the rocket ship, going out into outer space. This is the energy of what people can really do when they hold on to their optimism and their love and they connect to their heart and they connect to Source. Gemini, this is all about romanticizing past energies again, so someone is still heavily nostalgic for something from the past. This is understanding why you go to war for something and why you defend a territory. This is about the druids and the mystics, the expansion of the light of human consciousness against the forces of the darkness in the old chaotic worlds, from a personal space to a community and a home. So again, this is from moving from a space of isolation, Gemini, into a space of partnership and connectedness with other, and allowing yourself to get vulnerable and let other people in and have deeper connections and let yourself have deeper feelings and express these deeper feelings. Gemini, I'm really liking this reading for you guys. We're going to see what the horses have for my, caution. Okay, Gemini, perhaps not all the facts are being revealed to you at this time. You see most of the picture, but you should proceed with caution, staying close as the pieces are revealed. Only when the full picture is before you can you determine what will be right for you. So for some of my Geminis, you may have turned something away that's actually good for you. you may be not thinking about something at all, or you might have, there's something here, there's a perspective that's like shaded. There's something here that I'm thinking in terms of like editing photo wise, like the whites are muted and like the blacks are clipped. This is like clipping the shadows. So like, it's just like muted. There's no contrast. You can't actually see the dimension of something. Something is still like flat, 2D almost. Slow your pace, stop if you need to, allow all things to reveal themselves over time, Gemini. There may be a deception or an omission that will result in a misunderstanding. So again, there's a deception here, there's misunderstanding. Someone could be painting the wrong picture about someone. People could be like telling you something about someone, and it's just because they don't want you to actually be really happy with that person. I'm feeling like a lot of external influence. This is other people telling you how to live your life and what choices to make. And Gemini, understand that if you're not like super happy and in love with your life right now, maybe you've let other people and the opinions of others, or your perceived thoughts of the opinions of others, to affect your choices in life, and you haven't actually gone for the relationships and the things that you just like radically are like, fuck it, I'm gonna go for that person, I'm gonna go for this thing. People say this about it, people say that about it, but you know what, I'm gonna follow my heart. And I'm feeling that the caution here is to not listen to all the people, because we have a lot of mental energy, a lot of intellectualizing here, a lot of swords energy. This is about not listening to them and listening to your heart. I do think that this caution is that you are thinking about things too much, and you need to stop thinking about it so much and feel. And when you feel and you become a student, it's like some enlightening information will come through to you in a moment of you being like childlike and playful. You'll like giggle like your 5-year-old self again, Gemini. And when you giggle in your 5-year-old self energy, you'll feel the energy, the presence of this other person and their 5-year-old selves, and you'll feel like a purity of the connection. And it's the purity that makes you know that the connection is there. And people like to destroy beautiful things. It's just, a shitty truth of humanity, honestly, Gemini. So you have to choose. It says, look clearly, watch each step, proceed with caution. Other opportunities are on your horizon. There's no need for you to rush anything. Be patient and watch as life unfolds. Ooh, Gemini. Okay, let's see if there's anything else for my Geminis, because that one popped out really quickly. And sometimes, actually, most times, this deck is pretty slow to flip, as all these things flip. Okay, well, we got all 3 of these, so I'm going to read them all. We have barriers, Gemini. Right now, you are being herded into a situation. That's why we have caution, so I'm feeling other people are using you for something. Some of my Geminis are definitely being used in a situation here by work, friends, or family. And like the loyalty is there because maybe it's where like, your bills get paid, or where, who feeds you, the mouth that feeds you, kind of hand that feeds you, that kind of thing, Gemini. You may not know how you even came to be here. There are barriers ahead. However, they may only be illusions. You have been going along with the herd lately, Gemini. What did I say? Quack, quack. You've been listening to the ducks. And you're an eagle, Gemini. So get yourself out of that duck pond and fly like an eagle up to the mountains. Okay, Gemini? Because you've definitely been hanging out with some ducks. And you've been hanging out with some crows. Eagles fly heights that crows cannot reach. Gemini, caution, stop following the herd, because it's leading you away from this 2 of Cups. It's leading you away from this power couple situation. It's leading you away from your destiny by following the crowd. Following the crowd, Gemini, don't do it. Blah. Stop. Okay, my bad. Someone needed to hear that. You're following the crowd. You're moving with the herd, with your pack. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be the moo cow that's just following along the herd, being like, and we all do this together, and on Fridays we wear pink. Gemini. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. You need to rethink your strategy at this time and your personal plan, your individual plan. If you have arrived at this juncture without a sense of knowing how you got there, look around. Ascertain if the company that you have near you is the company you indeed wish to continue with on your journey. What is your mission in life? Are the people around you, the top 5 people, that's who you become. You become the 5 energies that you hang out around. So I saw this question on Facebook the other night. This person was like, if your spouse isn't a super cheerleader, super supportive of what you're doing in life, do you think that they're going to affect your success in that? Yeah, they're going to. Absolutely, because it is proven. It is literally proven. You guys, it is proven that you become the energies that you are hanging around. For sure, the top 3. It says at least the top 5. So your spouse, unless you guys live in different states and you're living totally separate lives, and they're not one of the top 5 people that you see, which I don't know why they're your spouse. If we all deserve to be with someone that we get to do the things that we love with. We all deserve that sort of love. We all deserve to have it all, Gemini. Okay. Anywho, this is all about really realizing the company around you and what your real life goals are. Like, what did Source put you in this form to become? And are you going to become that to the fullest expression with the people, the company that you're holding right now? Gemini, ask yourself. Ask yourself, what are your standards? What direction will you take to the perfect destination of your future? Gemini, reflect at this time, look about, make a conscious choice to move apart or to belong with the herd. Meow. Gratitude. Okay, Gemini, there is nothing more powerful than experiencing gratitude. Amen to that, heard that. Gratitude journal, journal 5 things a day that you're grateful for at the very least. Find moments throughout the day that you can just express gratitude. When you drink water, express gratitude for the water. When you go outside, let your feet give little loving little like cat. I'm thinking of cats and they're like, and they like knead with their hands. Do that with your feet to the ground, like massage the earth. Let her know how much you appreciate her. When you give gratitude to nature and give gratitude to others and you express that, saying thank you to people, holding the door open for people, it comes back around, you guys. What goes around comes around. Feel and express your gratitude for all the parts in your life it is being requested of you at this point. Notice all things large and small to place upon your gratitude list. Look at the sky, the earth, the air, and all of your surroundings, Gemini. Take stock in all the things that you love and all the things that you may take for granted. Bless everything from a place of gratitude. Bless your health, bless your very being, and those around you who bring you joy or challenge you, Gemini. Create your gratitude list in order to fully experience these items, not just to think about them. Again, we have a lot of swords energy here. Remember, there's nothing and no thing too small to include upon your gratitude list. Each is your personal gift and will grow tenfold when expressed. Touch your soul in gratitude for all at this time. Lastly, Gemini, we have celebration and release. It is your time in this journey to celebrate and release. Look for everything that you have to celebrate, no matter how seemingly insignificant and small it is. You're being asked, Gemini, to celebrate every hurdle, each small victory, not wait any longer for larger, more impressive deeds to celebrate your life, Gemini. Like I said, some of my Geminis are feeling a lot of self-worth stuff here. You're looking up to others, wondering, it's like a competitive, slightly jealous, slightly envious, but also just like it's your way of inspiring yourself. But Gemini, there's a healthier energy and a more positive way to raise your vibration, to inspire yourself. You don't have to inspire yourself by fear and by creating a competitive edge. You can inspire yourself by saying, wow, look at how authentic and beautiful that person is, and really show up seeing them. Because when you really truly see others, then you open up for them to see you. And whenever you're fully seen, that is when your soul expresses, and that's when that flow state is really amplified. It's from a state of energy truly being seen that it fully blooms and it blossoms, and it feels the acknowledgement of the sun. It feels the nurturance of the water, the support of the soil. Gemini, this is about anchoring your current experiences and the feelings of triumph and celebration. The lesson here is about the power of the collective smaller victories that must be expressed as you go along your journey. As you create and experience a feeling of celebration more frequently for each one, you will be assisted in achieving even more victories. Kick up your heels and release joy, Gemini. I love you guys. I will see you shortly for end of March readings. Go after that person, get into the woo-woo, get in touch with your spirit, let go of the herd, or keep being a sheeple. Your choice, Gemini. Love you guys.